RITC CyberSecurity, empowering businesses with robust cybersecurity protection.
Welcome to the Ciphered Reality podcast from RITC CyberSecurity, small businesses partner in proactive cybersecurity. I am Mike Rotendo here with my co-host Mari Cherry, where we unravel the mysteries of cybersecurity one bite at a time. From digital heists to hacker exploits, we uncover online threats and strategies to stay ahead. Whether you're an IT pro, business owner, or just safeguarding your personal data, this is your guide to the cyber world. Today, we're going to go through some cybersecurity news and discuss what, Mari?
Something that you probably should be in charge of this week.
Uh-oh.
vCISO.
Oh, I know about that.
That was my guess. I really hope
Yeah.
so. I really hope so. So yeah, that's our topic for today.
Very cool.
Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with news. I picked
Okay.
4 today. This
Okay.
first one, it was very short. I was kind of surprised. The whole
Yeah.
article was short, but anyway, MITRE launches a framework to secure cryptocurrency, which I'm surprised that we're just like this is just happening. Maybe there were some already in place, but it seems like I don't know. They didn't really go into what sort of practices they were talking about, which I guess makes sense. You don't want to be like, here, this is what we're going to do, so try to hack
Yeah.
it, try to break into it, try to figure it out. So I understand that, but um, I don't know. What did they do before then? Did they have much
Well,
of
so
a...
this is what's happening, and this is where the transition in the industry is. So people have been trying to use traditional security frameworks to secure things like Bitcoin and
hmm
AI and that sort of thing, and they're
Right.
finding it to be inadequate.
Yeah.
So now MITRE has come out with this new framework, and I'm pretty sure NIST will come out with a framework, and somebody, OWASP, will come out with some kind of web framework that is required for accessing Bitcoin over the web, and in order to prevent abuse
hmm
and theft. And so that's what's going on. I mean, it's interesting. It's like a 10-stage process. So, and
Whoa.
yeah,
Okay. Where
yeah.
do I find that?
You had to click through the links on the article.
Each one they
So
listed?
yeah, I went through all the links and then found like there was another page that had and it was just a high level, it was like attack, defense, something. I can't remember the headers of it, but there were like 10 headers on it that put like 2 or 3 bullet points underneath it, and that's it. So
Oh,
I did not see a place to like download the framework. I did not see a place to like. So
what it...
I think
Yeah.
this is a TBD that there's more information that's going to come out.
Yeah, it was a very short article, but it seemed like important news.
I'm surprised it's taken this long because
That's
Bitcoin,
what I'm saying.
yeah, has been
Yeah,
out since like the what, '08, '09, '10, something like that.
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems a little late. Seems a little late.
Well, maybe you and I need to design a framework for AI security before before Skynet shows up.
I mean, probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea.
No.
Um, anyway, let's put a pin in that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
The RITC security framework.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
Um,
I'll have it to you by Tuesday.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
I tried multiple times to get this word right, and it wouldn't go. Uh, Hypervolumetric DDoS attacks reach record. Did I get that right?
You did?
Yes. Reach a record high. What is this? 7.3. What is
Terabytes.
this? So Cloudflare on Tuesday said it mitigated 7.3 million distributed denial of services, DDoS attacks, um, in the second quarter of 2025, a significant drop from 20.5 million from their previous quarter.
Mhm.
That's a huge drop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but I
Am I
think it's good.
fangirling over something that doesn't matter?
No, it's a big deal,
Okay.
but it actually runs in cycles though. It's like we're going to try this for a while, and then they're going to come up with defenses. So then
And
we're
then
going
they
to
try
try this for
something
a
new. I
while,
gotcha.
and that's why
Okay.
quishing's a thing and phishing's a thing for like a season, and then they're like, oh, let's try
Move on to the next thing.
smishing, and we'll go to
Okay.
that side of things. So
All
sorry,
right.
but
All
no, I
right.
mean
That's fine.
it's still. I mean the fact that they're getting attacks that large. I mean. It used to be a megabit attack would be difficult, and then it was a
Oh,
gigabit attack would be unheard of, and now they're doing terabyte attacks. I mean, it's just, what's next?
millions.
Yeah.
It was 20.5 down to 7.3. Anyway, I also found this in the article that was I thought was really interesting. The web infrastructure and security company also revealed that the number of hypervolumetric DDoS attacks exceeded 100 million packets per second,
Yeah.
increased by 592% compared to the previous quarter.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So they're getting bigger. There's just less of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're getting harder to break. And that's the problem is that, the technology on the defense side is gotten to the point where it's like, oh, this is just a gigabit attack or this is just a terabyte attack. So we're going to have to up our game too. Eventually they're just going to give up because it's going to be, yeah, we've got a quadrillion attack. And it's like, yeah, we just scrammed it. It's no big deal, or whatever the next number is above terabyte. I don't know. Petabyte. I think it goes terabyte, then petabyte. I don't
I have
know.
no idea. I don't know. Maybe I
Some
should look
kind of
that up.
byte.
Some kind of
Some
bite.
kind of byte.
One bite
Yeah.
at a time.
That's like, you eventually get tired of asking that one person out over and over again. They're like, you know what? This isn't going to work. You start with where you want to
Never
go out,
mind.
then it's flowers, then it's candy and flowers, then it's a car, then it's, whatever. And then, and then they're like, no, no, no. And you're just like, all right, fine.
Do people do that?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I was just
Okay.
throwing that out there as an example.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sure that somewhere, some dude is like, that's how I do it.
Right? What? Isn't that right?
Well, if
I
I
don't know,
don't
I
get it,
guess.
if they don't bite on the car, then I go for house. If I, it's
Yeah,
like,
damn. Okay. Well, shit. I only had one more thing from that article that I wanted to call
yeah,
out, and that was the demon bot as a name.
hmm
I thought that was kind of cool. I'll allow it.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
job, guys.
Much better than that one we had. What was it? Oyster broomstick or whatever.
Yeah, that one was kind of a letdown, kind of a bummer. I don't
Yeah,
love it. Didn't love
you
it.
need to do better.
Demon bot is kind of fun though, so good job.
Hmm.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Facebook's new AI tool asks us to upload your photos for story ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, great idea.
Hmm.
So they did say right here, according to TechCrunch, which first reported the feature, users are being served a pop-up message, which seems really like a great start,
Right.
asking for permission to allow cloud processing when they are attempting to create a news story on Facebook. So it's like, hey, look what we can do for you. Give us your photos,
Hmm.
and we'll create this fun, cute thing for you. But they don't know how long they're retaining the information.
Right.
And according to this article, last month, Meta began to train its AI models using public data shared by adults across the platform.
Yeah. And the next thing you know, there's gonna be some approval process that's gonna be 2 pages long, and then the bottom of it is, we now own your likeness because you've uploaded it. And the next thing you know, you're advertising adult diapers in Japan.
And who reads that stuff? Nobody ever reads that stuff. Adult
No.
diapers in Japan. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, if
mean,
I got paid,
well, if you're getting paid, but if Meta's just using your image,
they're just like, too bad.
yeah.
This is where your face is
We
now.
like this picture, Amari. This is the adult diaper picture in Japan.
Lucky.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing is that, and Facebook's never ever been accused of abusing data from their platform, ever, ever, never.
No,
So,
I'm pretty sure I have never heard anything like that before.
yeah, all right. So,
Right.
you know, I it, the only good Facebook account is a deleted Facebook account, other than the RITC cybersecurity Facebook account.
I was gonna say you better
Yeah, I had to remember
watch what
that
you
one, guys.
say.
Um, it's good for certain things like businesses, but personal, there's just people that put too much information up out there,
I
you know.
think that's the main problem we circle back to. Anytime social media comes out, people put too much information
Hmm.
out there.
It's
Just
oversharing.
yeah, yeah. Let's keep some mystery
Yeah.
alive.
But the question is, does Gen Z even know how to have a conversation anymore that's not digital?
That's a good question. I don't talk to a whole lot of people, so
Yeah. But you're a
I don't know.
millennial.
Well, but that's my problem is I don't talk to a lot of people, so I don't
Yeah.
have experience with with that, so I don't.
Yeah, I know. No, but I mean, no, I don't either. I mean, yeah, I don't hang out with a lot of Gen Zs or Gen Alphas or whatever they are now. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
but
don't
it was
either.
just seemed that they always have a phone in their hands.
So, should users consent to their photos being processed on the cloud?
I would vote no, but I'm not a 13-year-old girl either, so
Right.
I don't have a Facebook account other than the one for RITC Cybersecurity, which I've heard has great content.
Really great content. I would,
Yeah,
yeah, 10/10 recommend. Check
yeah,
it out.
yeah.
So this says Meta, Meta, Meta also
I didn't want
states
to correct you the first time.
that they are agreeing to its AI terms, which allow it to analyze their media and facial features.
Yeah.
So, what could happen if someone analyzed your?
Well, that's where deep fakes come in. That's where all sorts of nefarious things. And oh, by the way, at the beginning of the story, did you caught that they're already doing this without consent on adults in on the platform?
Let's see. Uh, yeah, using public data shared by adults across its platforms in the European Union well, this says after it received approval
Approval.
from the Irish Data Protection Commission.
Yeah, but it
Only one,
didn't reserve deserve or accept get approval from Jim O'Malley in Dublin to
right?
say, yeah, you can do that to my pictures.
Yeah, the company, this states the company suspended the use of generative AI tools in Brazil in July 2024 in response to privacy concerns raised by their government.
Hmm. After they'd harvested all the needed data and
Right. Yeah. I mean, what do you do?
yeah,
That's anyway, that's all I've
yeah,
got for that one. It just seems like not a great idea,
no,
but people are going to do what they want to do, and I don't know. It's probably really great for some influencers, maybe.
yeah,
They've already got their stuff out there anyway. Have a little
yeah,
extra help, I guess. I guess
yeah,
is a
why not?
positive spin on it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Um, the last story I have probably should have saved it so we could talk about just this one story.
uh-oh.
The hidden weaknesses in
Hmm.
AI SOC tools that no one talks about.
Yes.
I actually pulled this one up so I could have the whole story here.
Okay.
I think there's a lot to talk about, and that's what I was meaning earlier. I think there's enough here we could have saved this and just done one one news story on a different episode or something.
Well, the good thing is, we're in charge of the podcast, so if, you know,
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
we can take as long as we need.
So they broke it down into what is a pre-trained AI model
Mm.
and a talks about the limitations of it, and then what is an adaptive AI model,
Hmm.
and let's see, I think they only listed the benefits of that.
Of the adaptive one, that's because they're selling in their adaptive tool.
Oh, I didn't catch that earlier.
Yeah, it's in the last paragraph where it talks about, and you can see the value of our tool.
Oh, well, I don't like that.
No, but I mean, I get the point of the news story, and it's definitely worth talking about because they're
Yeah.
not the only ones that do this. So,
Yeah, for sure. I definitely thought it was more of a news story though, not a
well, it's positioned as a news story.
it fooled me, that's for sure.
Yeah, which is nearly impossible to do.
I know, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah,
I'm shook
yeah.
that that just happened. Um,
I can see
okay.
that tear pouring down your on
I'm
the side of your
devastated.
face.
I'm
Yeah,
devastated.
yeah.
Yeah. I've never been
You're gonna be able
wrong.
to go on.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we should just skip it. Um, anyway, what are your thoughts on pre-trained AI models?
Well, I.
This says it makes it particularly well suited for high volume, repeatable
Mhm.
alert categories. The limitations, relying on the pre-trained approach
Mhm.
can obviously offer limitations. Do
Mhm.
you have anything that comes to mind that you would want to
Well,
talk about?
I think from that perspective, I get it if the pre-trained thing has limited human input, but if the
Sure.
pre-trained AI has been around for a while, there should be volumes of data on all these
Hmm.
different things. I mean,
Hmm.
the developers have to do is scan the internet
Hmm.
and pull from, like Microsoft's knowledge base and Cloudflare's knowledge base and, Cisco's knowledge and all these different knowledge bases. It's going to pull in a whole lot of data. So, how many computer anomalies that are out there that, you know, at this point, people are like, I don't know what that means. I mean, unless you're,
Right.
PC load letter, which we still haven't figured out, and that's been around since the 80s. But, but I mean, how many of those, if something doesn't work, then there's, three or four options. And so AI should be able to pick. I mean, a pre-trained AI, if it's done properly, should be able to. And I get their point about high volume with repeatable errors,
Sure.
and that's fine. So,
Yeah. So this one on the adaptive AI, it says when a new alert is ingested, adaptive AI doesn't fail silently or defer to a human. Instead, it actively researches the new alert. So
so this big, expensive generative AI tool goes and searches Google.
it doesn't
Well,
say.
but
But that's what you're getting at, is that it
that's what
just
I'm getting at. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's kind of like that issue we were troubleshooting the other day,
Hmm.
which was about the keychain on the iPhone, and
Oh,
we had an idea of what it was, but we didn't know how to do it. So I logged into Google and went, "This is how we do it."
yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Google it.
Yeah, I mean, so that's an old joke because in IT, that's what we used to do when we were learning it back in the day. When
For
IT
sure.
at this volume was fairly new, was we Googled the hell out of everything or
I think it's
internet
still a
search.
thing, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it still is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 100% still a thing. And they're hoping
I'm
that
like,
AI will
right?
replace it, but I mean, yeah, but you spend a couple $100,000 on this tool or whatever the cost is, and then all it's going to do is go look at Google or whatever.
Yeah. But can it do it while you're sleeping?
You can do it a lot faster than you
Can it do
can.
it after hours? Yeah.
Yeah,
See, there's some appeal.
yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Well, I'm not saying there's no appeal to it. I'm just saying that it's not the way they position it is. It's like, oh, it'll find the answer. It's like, well, okay, well, pre-trained is not going to find the answer. It goes to its if when statements and goes, okay, if I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, and then
Hmm.
goes, I don't know. Where a generative AI will go past those steps and go, okay, well, let me go find the answer.
Yeah.
So,
You think? Do you think there's any space to utilize like a hybrid version of it where it's like,
Yeah.
you think so?
Oh yeah.
Like pre-trained, that's what we use primarily, but if that fails, then it would like kick on the
Yeah, it's
other.
almost like, yeah, it almost should be like self-contained. The pre-train goes into its thing and then goes, okay, agentic, go figure it out.
Yeah. Is that a
So,
thing right now? Does anyone have a model like that right
I
now
don't
that
know.
you know of?
Not that I know of, but they could. Maybe we should write our own AI that does that.
Yeah, maybe we should. Could that offer more security?
It might offer more stability. Yeah, it could offer more security as well.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
put it in my ideas book. Just
there you
kidding.
go.
I don't have one of those. Maybe I
Well,
should though.
since neither of us know how to write AI, that'd probably be,
I'll learn. I'll figure
yeah,
it out by Tuesday.
but by Tuesday.
By Tuesday. Yeah. All right, that's all I've got for news
Yeah,
this week. Those 4 stories really hit it out of the park with that. I feel really great about it.
she does, ladies and gentlemen. She really does. You can tell by the
Okay.
look on her face.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Topic this week: vCISO. I'm just going to take over this topic this week because Mike isn't super familiar with it. So,
Okay. You go.
no, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I did pull some stuff together. We'll see how off the mark I am with it.
Okay.
You tell me if I'm
Okay.
wrong, because
All right.
pretty sure that's your job title.
Tell Mari when she's wrong. That's my job description.
No, vCISO. Yeah, that your job description is to tell me when I'm wrong. I wouldn't want that job. No.
So you don't
Okay.
want to trade?
Not right now. No. No, thank you. No. Okay. A virtual chief information security officer
Hmm.
is a third-party cybersecurity expert or service provider who acts as an organization's CISO on a flexible contract or part-time basis.
Correct.
Concur. Okay.
Yeah.
And then a few of the duties I have listed:
Hmm.
develops and manages cybersecurity strategy,
Yep.
leads risk assessments and compliance efforts
Hmm.
like NIST, SOC
Correct.
2, HIPAA, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Advises on security policies, frameworks, and best practices.
Concur.
Coordinates incident response planning and testing.
Yep.
Reports on cybersecurity posture to executives and stakeholders.
Hmm.
Trains staff and builds a security aware culture.
Yes.
What do you have to add to any of those? Or if you want to just expand on
Well,
any of that.
I think what the vCISO does is it's generally that someone who's very experienced in the industry, who's had exposure in varying types of companies, usually larger companies that have, so they've seen a lot of things, and they have,
Seen
um,
some shit.
yeah, pretty much, yeah, they've been around the block, shall we say,
Oh, good.
uh, yeah, and so they're going to have a better familiarity with any situation that you're dealing with than, if you've got somebody who's, just got their CIS degree and you make them your CISO. So, and ideally they have a CISSP and a CRISC and a CISM and, whatever else. And the problem with a lot of vCISOs anymore is they're not technical. Anyway, so a vCISO comes in and, for a fraction of what it would cost to have this mature, experienced individual in place, you're paying for 10 hours here or 15 hours here or whatever, and you're getting almost everything you need to empower your team to do what you need, or actually everything you need. But I mean, as someone who's sells vCISO services, I would think you'd want hundreds of hours a month or, something like that. But, you can probably
Sure.
get away with 10 or 15 hours a month to get the direction that you need for your team and provide the guidance necessary.
Do many companies or contractors offer those smaller hourly options? Is that, I don't
And there's a
know
lot
if
of people that want to offer annual contracts.
it's a whole spectrum,
Yeah, I mean, we are the ones that offer like as little as 10 hours, which is
right?
pretty rare in the industry because everybody wants you to buy a package. They want you to buy
Right.
tools. They want you to buy where we provide
Commit.
just consulting services. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
Uh, okay. I
try it
have,
before you buy it, as it were.
yeah, which is kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just like a whatever. I don't know. I can't think of an analogy right now. Moving on. Okay.
Yeah.
Why companies use a VC? So you kind of touched on this a little bit, but I'm gonna blow through these
Please
anyway
expand.
because I put them on here. So,
No. Hey.
like you said, cost-effective alternative to hiring a full-time CISO, access to top-tier expertise without long-term commitment, which is something we do, not a whole lot of companies do. Scalable support that can grow with business needs, which
Mm-hmm.
is pretty cool. And they bridge the gap between IT and executive leadership on security matters. What
Yes.
else do you have?
Well, that communication from IT to executive leadership, that bridge is really important because you'll get, some excitable tech saying, a million miles of words, a million words a minute, explaining something technical that, your average, small business owner is going to look at and go, huh? You know,
Yeah.
so, but if you can explain the cost benefit of remediation of a vulnerability or, something like that, or why you need to purchase this tool, or why you really need a SOC 2 audit, and what this vulnerable, what these things really mean, is a much better way of doing things. So,
Yeah.
because you need someone that can be able. The one thing about vCISOs is they should be able to speak tech and business, as opposed to just speaking tech or business. And that's one of the things, the problems that some people have. So if you're really, really just technical, you can't necessarily communicate with the business leaders.
I
And if you're a
gotcha.
business leader, you don't understand the technical, which I probably said twice now, but it's something that is important. So,
It's okay to reiterate important facts,
yeah,
important tidbits. That's fine. It's okay.
yeah,
Okay, so here I put we'll see. A VCSO is especially valuable to small to medium-sized businesses that need strong cybersecurity leadership but lack the resources or necessity for a full-time CISO.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of companies don't really necessarily need a full-time CISO either.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense.
in
They
our
just don't have the
ideal,
volume.
they don't have the volume, they don't have the need, they don't have the security requirements. And if you're a company of 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people, what do you need to have a highly paid vCISO sitting there, who's probably got a job on the side because he's bored because he doesn't have anything to do? So, and
Good.
one of the things that we've done and some of our older customers we've had around for a while, you know, we trained them since they didn't know anything. We were there all the time, and now it's like, yeah, we'll do like 5 hours a month or 15 hours a quarter, and that's what we're there for.
Yeah.
Because they can handle most of it. It used to be like complete hand holding. It used to be, yeah, I'll take care of that vendor assessment. I'll take care of this for you. I'll take care of that for you. And now it's like, hey, I did this vendor assessment. Can you check these three questions? Or
Well,
stuff like that.
I won't name names, but I think of one client that comes to mind. I talk about them a lot. I think they're really great.
Hmm.
Um, a client that you've worked with for years,
Yeah.
who they're always on top of things, and it's because
Hmm.
they've had your guidance for years,
Yeah.
and you have helped them sort of work it out themselves and get there themselves, and so
Hmm.
you're still there if they need you,
Hmm.
but you've basically given them the tools and the know-how to stay on top of their own business and security to keep themselves where they need to be,
Yeah.
which there's a lot of stuff that they still need you for, which is important. That's good.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, there's a big difference between them and some of the newer clients that haven't
Yes.
had that around for as long. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
I see it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's some clients that have chosen not to learn it and just rely
Right.
on us for all of it because
Right,
we've
and that's
developed that
fine.
trust.
Yeah, that's fine too if
Yeah,
that's something you want to do or you're just not technical in that way. That's
yeah,
great. That's
yeah.
fine. So yeah, I
Or
guess
if you're
that's
too
another
busy
point
with
to it. Yeah,
other things and just don't want to be bothered with it.
yeah, which is fair.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah,
That's why we're here.
exactly.
Okay. Last thing I have here is and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Once again,
Oh, I always do. That's part of my job
for
description.
sure. Yeah, I'm part of you. Can we get that added to the website? No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
that would be funny.
Um, I
Thought
have
leader in cybersecurity, guy who corrects Mari.
that's a full-time job. Okay. I have how do you become a CISO? I have just five things, and I'm
Okay,
sure there's plenty
okay.
more. And it you could expand on all of these,
Hmm.
I'm sure. But anyway, um, first one, I have a
Did
I
you
have a
just pick this
typo.
topic so I would talk a lot? Is that what it was?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It was on the schedule. It was on the schedule.
Okay, just checking.
But I could have gotten away with it. I might
Yeah,
remember that in the past. Just be like,
I
wait,
don't
no.
even know where the schedule is, so Mari could be like, "Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah,
whatever.
I have.
We're talking about
So
my cats today."
yeah, tell us about. No, no, no. First one, I gained solid experience across roles like analyst, engineer, or GRC specialist to build a strong technical foundation.
Correct.
So, experience-wise, is there anything to add to that?
Yeah, so like I said, what I've said, you've heard the story a million times. Is my first job was, here's a stack of floppies, go build a mail server, right? And then, oh, by the way, make it a Lotus Note server. And I said, the young new MCSE went, oh, Lotus, what? Huh? What? And so I built it, and I had 2 days to build it. I did it in a day, and they're like, all right, you're hired. Now go sit on the help desk. I'm like, okay. So that was fun. Yeah, thanks. And
Cool.
but within 6 months, being that .com era, I was running the help desk and then transitioned to product development, security, network administration, mail admin. At that point, I was a mail architect for Lotus Notes. Then I dealt with transitions and I traveled all the time. And then this thing called Sarbanes-Oxley came up, and I went and did Sarbanes-Oxley work, and then went from there. So yeah, I've done, that makes a VC. I've worn every hat, and I've been in probably 200 different companies. So I've seen everything.
Hmm. Experience
For
is at
me,
the
the
top of the list.
worst VCSOs out there are the guys that have been a CISO at a big company for their entire career. They started as a director
Hmm.
transit of something, transitioned into security because that's where the money was going to be made. They're politicians. They make their way to be CISOs, and then all of a sudden they're selling their services, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I normally develop a working committee and have a budget of $1 million to create a solution for that. It's like, okay, that works for maybe 500 companies in the
Right.
world.
Yeah.
So,
Mm,
you know,
okay. Uh, Number two is earn key certifications, which you touched on a little bit earlier,
mhm.
such as CISSP or CISM. There, you mentioned one other one that I don't remember.
CRISC,
There we go.
CRISC. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Uh, Anything else? Or are those, would you say those are the top
Those
three?
are
Only
pretty
three?
big three. I mean, CRISC is, risk and information systems controls. CISM is information system management. And CISSP is, I don't even remember the acronym, but when I got my CISSP, I think I had to prove 10 years of experience. Now it's 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to have
Okay.
someone vouch for me that I had 10 years of
Wow.
experience. Yeah. So it
Okay.
wasn't like I passed the test. It was like I passed the test and then tracked down all my old bosses that said, "Can you verify I did this 10 years ago?"
Whoa.
Yeah.
What kind of experience do you remember that they asked for?
It was Active Directory experience. It was security experience. It was compliance experience. It was network design and controls experience. It was, stuff like that. So it was
You had to have 10
10
years?
years,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
had to be consecutive. So You had to be like, I
No
did,
way.
and it'd be like, I did Active Directory for 6 months here, and then I did this for here, and then I picked up 6 months Active Directory here, and then I did this, and it really, you had to show that you were engaged in security for that long. And
Wow.
yeah, I mean, and the test wasn't easy either. I mean, the test was, I think it was 4 hours then,
Wow.
and it was something like 200, 300. I don't remember. I think you had like a minute and a half per question. I remember
Right.
walking out of there and I was like, my brain does not work anymore. I hope I can drive home.
Well, that's probably not one I'll ever do. Okay.
Well, I scheduled your test for next week.
All right, next Tuesday.
Yeah,
That's that'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Next Tuesday.
yeah,
Three,
yeah.
uh, develop leadership and strategic skills by learning how to align security with business goals, manage risk, and communicate with executives, which kind of we talked about before
Hmm.
when we were talking about bridge the gap between IT and executive leadership.
But the one thing a CISO has to do is go, all right, well, I can put all these stringent controls in place, but what does that do to our functionality?
Yeah.
Because you have to weigh usability versus security. Because
Mm-hmm.
ideally, everybody would be air gapped and sitting in cubicles that are gray and
So
sit
fun.
there for 8 hours and go home, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's not reality, right? But that's secure, so
It sure is. But yeah, there has to be a lot of communication and a lot
mhm,
of back and forth between
yeah.
like, this is where we want you to be, and they're like, but we're not okay with that, so we're gonna.
Yeah, there's a lot of negotiation, and you have to have business requirements and have,
Hmm.
business justification for things.
Hmm.
I need the network to work 100% of the time, so you need to just open every port. No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, what I have for number four is build a track record through advisory roles, consulting projects, or freelance work.
Hmm.
Thoughts on that?
Oh, well, I did a lot of contracting
Hmm.
um, when I first started. I mean, I worked with a company for like 2 years, 3 years till Microsoft bought us and we went to hell. Um, and then,
Wait, you love Microsoft, right?
sure. Um, and then I did contracting because I didn't want to be anywhere longer than 18 months. And as soon as somebody offered me, $5 more an hour, I was like, see you guys,
Hmm.
and bounced around. I mean, one of the first jobs I had was I left my house in August and came home in February because I did the entire West Coast for the year 2000 stuff.
Ugh.
And I lived in hotels but it was a cool experience because you're staying in 4 and 5 star hotels working on their IT, making sure that,
Answer.
it was Y2K proof, which turned out to be nothing anyway.
Oh
But
my gosh.
we got our hourly
Y2K.
wage. We were paid if we showed up for an hour, we got paid for 10 hours, and it was 6 days a week. And you got paid for all 6 days. As long as you worked an hour a day, and then on top of that, you got this per diem of like $50 or $60 a day, which because you were staying in 4 and 5 star hotels, they just fed you.
What?
So you never
What?
really spent money. Unless you wanted drinks or you wanted to go someplace other than the hotel or something like that. I mean, they wouldn't comp your alcohol, but they would comp your food.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I would have done that
So
too, I guess.
it
Okay.
was kind of like having rich parents or something. I don't know.
Dang.
But yeah, I mean, so, you did that. But after a while of doing that, I mean, it sounds romantic and it is really kind of fun when you're like 23, 24, 25 years old. But
Sure.
at a certain point after like month two, you're like, I don't want the lobster. I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I want to make it myself. I want it on Wonder Bread. It should be Jif. And I want a bag of Ruffles. And it's like, because I don't want artisan bread. I don't want, peanuts that were crushed by, you know, Argentine children to be, this kind of special blend of, the chef's 9 spices and herbs for the peanut butter. And oh, by the way, we imported this jelly from France. No, I want Smuckers.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Or Fry's brand. I don't care.
I know exactly what that's like.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you had that time of touring for 5 years, with that, Broadway troupe and, all that kind of stuff.
Right,
No,
right,
I, I had to come
right.
up with something,
I forgot about that.
There was a time that you
Okay.
were in the Hells Angels for 10 years and they comped all your meals.
That sounds a little more likely.
I don't think they comp meals.
No, but maybe I could plead my case.
Yeah.
Okay, number five. I've got one more. Number five, establish your personal brand and either start your own vCISO consulting business or
Oh,
join a firm that offers virtual CISO services. So,
yes.
did
I
I
would
just
recommend
explain your
starting
career
out doing the
path?
consulting. Yep. Pretty much. You pretty much nailed it. Yeah. I started out doing the consulting, did a lot of that, did that for, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years, and then
Hmm.
started my own in 2014 or 15 or something like that.
Hmm.
And then started this one last year.
Sure,
So,
if that's what we're
but
saying.
yeah, I mean, but you don't, as a brand new, vCISO or a vCISO that just passed the certs or a vCISO who spent their entire time doing, in a big company, you don't have the chops to work with a small business yet. They're a
Hmm.
bigger challenge than any big company out there.
Hmm.
So
Is it because they're like starting from scratch?
they're starting from scratch. They don't have a budget. They don't know what they don't know, and there aren't a bunch
Hmm.
of other experts to lean on. You are the expert.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
That
and
makes sense.
like I say, I spent the last 10 years of my life helping companies wring, $200,000 worth of IT out of a $50,000 IT budget.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I've got. That's it
That's it.
for the topic. What did I miss? Did I miss anything important?
The contracting is important. The consulting is important. Knowing what you don't know is important, but continuing education on your own is very important. You can't just take it for granted that you know everything.
Hmm.
Um, but that's really, I mean, go to seminars, go to learn stuff, but you always have to keep that balance in mind of that people have to run a business rather than just be secure. We'd like they would just be secure, but that's not.
99%.
Yeah. Yeah. 99. Oh God, 99%. Yeah.
uh,
I will do 99% of what Mike says. Yeah.
um, yeah, okay. So I have questions. Speed round.
Okay.
Quick answers.
Okay.
10 questions if you're ready for that.
I am ready.
Okay, question number one.
Okay.
What is a vCISO?
A vCISO is a virtual CISO that works part-time at companies as needed to fulfill a specific role and provide guidance to internal staff.
So a virtual CISO.
Yeah, Chief Information Security Officer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Two, what types of
I know what
organiz...
the initials stand for.
Not everyone does though. I'm clarifying.
Okay,
Two, we're trying to educate people.
I understand.
Two, what types of organizations benefit most from hiring a vCISO?
Well, I think everybody can benefit from the consulting, but the small to medium-sized businesses or SMBs or small to emerging or whatever you want to call them, they can benefit the most because they can't afford the talent, and they also can't afford they can't afford the big five, a big four accounting or a big four consulting, because those are going to pay you want $350, $400 an hour. You want to find a small firm that has competent resources that can pay that only is only going to charge you $150 to $200 an hour. Like,
All right.
yeah,
Number three, what are the core responsibilities of a vCISO?
to provide guidance to a company from a security perspective and help them through audits and help them be stabilized and secure. Provide guidance to the internal team.
Number four,
Yep.
how does a vCISO typically assess an organization's current cybersecurity posture?
Yep.
Austere.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
Um, Warning: neither podcast host has had more than 6 hours of sleep in more than weeks. Um, anyway, what's done is that basically the first thing I do is as a framework assessment. really. You know, you're going to do an interview, find out where they're at, find out what they know, and then you're going to make an assessment based off that. But the next step is to do a framework assessment, be a CIS or just a CSF, something of that nature. Yeah, that's the easiest way to tell.
Cool. Makes sense. What frameworks or standards does a vCISO commonly use to guide a security strategy?
The most common for small and medium-sized businesses would be NIST CSF or CISO, CIS, sorry.
6. How involved is a vCISO in compliance efforts like HIPAA, SOC 2, or PCI DSS?
They should be extremely involved. They should actually be guiding the practice. One of the services I always provide is the interface between the SOC 2 auditor and the client.
Which comes in handy
Yes, it does.
for the client.
Yes, it does.
Okay. 7. What is the typical engagement model for a vCISO? Hours per month, retainer, project base?
Actually, it could be all three.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you're there for dealing with, remediation efforts post-hack, you're going to be on a retainer. If, just to, break glass in case of emergency, right? So hours per month is is typical engagement, but you also have people that are in there for a project. In that case, you're just being hired as a senior security analyst.
Okay. All right. 8. How does a vCISO handle communication with executive leadership and the board?
Well, I mean, typically you should have meetings with the leadership on a regular basis. Whoever your report is that you've been brought into, you should be writing reports. You should be communicating effectively. There should be at least a weekly touch point.
Okay. 9. What metrics or KPIs does a vCISO use to measure cybersecurity incidents and breaches?
Well, you're going to base a lot of that off vulnerability scans, how many vulnerabilities we have, how many have been remediated. Then you're also going to have, as far as incidents, how many we're having per month, what's the severity, what happened, and then, is that number going down or up?
Got it.
So.
And 10. Last one. How does a vCISO respond to or prepare for cybersecurity incidents and breaches?
You work on the incident response plan and you take them through IR tabletops and disaster recovery exercises and, identify where the gaps are and then get rid of them. So.
Nice. All right.
We had enough.
I think, that's all I've got.
Okay.
I think I'm tapped out. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Mari's going to take a nap. And then I'm going to hit the bar. And with that, cybercrime is bad. Love RITC cybersecurity. Have a